Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Up Your Experience podcast. It is me, Blaise McBain, and with me, as usual, it's Bats. Bats, how's it going?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
We're vibing. That's what I'm going to use because if you'd asked me before yesterday, I would tell you great. And then, yeah, shenanigans happened yesterday, and my mood's been off. But that's fine. And we have some special guests with us today. That's right, guests, not guest. Guests.
Let's go.
We have Gilley, who last appearance was the Florida Man episode. If you haven't listened to that was a good time with Suave. Gilley, how's it going, man?
Going same old place, same crazy events.
You got any new Florida Man stories for us?
Outside of having to explain explain to my coworkers at my previous job that we got a falling iguana warning a few months ago.
Wait, hold on. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. Hold on, no, I'll come back to that in a second.
I need to know.
We'll know. And along with Gilley, we have his brother, Cooper. Cooper, how's it going, man?
It's going good. I'm nervous.
You're nervous? I mean,
yeah,
the
but
good news is
good.
You don't have to watch out for falling iguanas here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Gilley,
true.
Gilley, I need an explanation, bro. Where are these iguanas coming from?
Okay, so you know, like a few months ago or a few weeks ago, we had like a massive cold snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in South Florida, when it gets below 40 degrees, they have to issue a falling iguana warning.
Oh my!
Because since iguanas are cold-blooded, they will literally freeze up and then fall out of the trees that they're in.
Oh my god, dude.
Can you imagine getting hit in the face with an iguana?
I have so many things to go with this. Like, how terrifying if you're walking and an ice cold iguana just falls in front of you and just like cracks. Okay, like
No, not
that's
iguana.
terrifying.
I heard iguanas. Can you imagine like 6 of them just smacking you in the face?
Oh my god, dude! It's Australian drop bears, dude. Like you have to watch out.
Oh gosh, no. It's like those Australian spiders. Have you ever seen that? Oof.
You know what they? Speaking of Australia, this is why I warned beforehand. Rants. They got the largest, some type of a horn frog that was like 6 pounds or horn toad.
Oh yeah,
a 6. Can you imagine? You're just walking around and there's a 6-pound toad frog, whatever you want to call it, on the ground.
No,
that's terrifying.
I'd be like,
they
nope.
lifted it up. I
I'm
swear
walk
to
on the
you,
other side of the street.
They held it up by its back legs, and I swear to you, its front legs to its back legs were like up to the lady's kneecap, and I was like, no.
Gosh.
Oh.
Terrifying.
Hide your dog if it's small.
Yeah, I had to explain that to my coworkers who at the time we were all working remotely. This is I got a different job since then. Yeah, that's a warning we have to deal with because everybody else is like in Texas or Michigan. So
yeah, they're not worried about iguanas in Michigan.
No.
They're used to the cold, whether they like it or not. We got that cold snap here too, and I remember seeing the weather is like it's going to be -25, and I said, "Excuse me," and I said, "We're in Tennessee. It doesn't get like it might get to single digits, and I think it's dropped maybe below 0 like once or twice since I've been here." And I was like, -25? Like, what is that like? And you best believe I was sick. I still walked outside in just shorts because I had to know. It's cold. It is very, very cold. Just because I wanted to know. And I remember people were like, don't leave your house. It's negative weather outside. I was like, dude, people up north do this all the time. It's fine. Just don't drive like maniacs. Because I'm certain, you guys don't have to deal with snow down in Florida, but like,
what has?
Here's the deal. If we get snow here, there's like no preparation for the fact that it's just ice under it. And we have like there's no they'll barely salt and it will melt and just turn back into ice, and it's just a whole time. So Tennesseans, they already have it rough driving. You add that on, it's a time.
It's worse here.
Dude,
Since it's so irregular.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
It's snowed twice since I've been here, and it's just like small flurries. If there isn't even like a flake of snow on the ground, the whole state goes into a panic. it's bad enough that they don't know how to drive normally
Yeah.
in perfect conditions, but let it rain or God forsake snow.
Dude, I used to drive back and forth between Georgia and Tennessee because my wife was working in Georgia because we were moving there. And I'd tell her, I'm like, dude, as soon as you hit Tennessee lines, like it's like a whole new ball game. Like it is awful. And she's like, you're just making it up. And I will never forget the first time she drove back and she crossed Tennessee state line and she called me within 5 minutes of crossing state line. It was like, what is happening? And I was like, oh, you got in Chattanooga, huh? And she goes, but why are people like this? And I'm like, I don't know, couldn't tell you. I do it every week. It's a wild time, dude. They're just bad drivers here. And I've lived in a lot of states. Hawaii being the most interesting of them because it's a no fault state and they constantly have like 4 to 6 car pileups there.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a crazy place. I'm not sure driving's worse anywhere else than there. But that's bad. And Tennessee is not far behind. Not far behind.
I'm in Ohio and it's pretty bad here. Of course, I don't understand. We get all weather all the time and people still don't know how to drive. And it's like you grew up in this. What is going on? It could be snowing one day, sunny the next, and then rain, and then tornado. All within the same day.
I have a question for Cooper and Gilley here. If I yelled OH, what is your immediate response?
Who lives there?
Okay, Ohio fans, you're like OH, and they're supposed to go IO. The first time I do this to Bats, he goes, what? And I was like, excuse me?
Dude, I'm just used. No, I'm used to like all this sass coming out of Blaise, so I just don't respond to some of the crap that he does.
That's not true. What do you mean?
Man joins Discord just to tell me to kick rocks sometimes.
That's very true. Some people need that in their lives. They need that random, just like, hey, kick rocks, in their life. And I'm happy that I can provide that.
So I can go out my driveway and I kick some rocks.
Oh my God. Oh God, dude. If I got a video of Bats walking outside kicking rocks, oh, that would be cool.
Camera go, take that, Blaise. Take them rocks.
He's like, oh God, my toe.
Oh, that would hurt. That would suck.
It would. But I guess we should talk about what we've all been playing this week. What you guys been playing? What you guys been up to? I'll throw it to Gilley first. I probably should have said somebody rather than just left it like popcorn style elementary school. Like,
I thought we were doing rock paper scissors. I was pulling up a nap.
Don't get me started. I've played so much rock paper scissors this week.
Or better yet, we should go buy marbles since we're talking about games.
Marbles them down.
Dude, marbles slaps. Like that hits different, dude. Like when I hear people don't know what marbles is, I'm like, were neglected from childhood.
Can you imagine trying to explain that on the podcast to see who wins?
I explained Smite Temple of You today that I watched while on Bot G, but that's a whole other topic for debate.
Yeah.
Pogs too, dude. Pogs slapped. Anyways, that's
what?
You never played Pogs?
No.
Oh, yeah. That's how I know. That's how I know I'm old.
For
my God. Yeah, for keepsies, dude. Bats knows, man. Oh my God.
I definitely know.
You never played Pogs or Slammers?
No.
Oh my God, dude. It was this. Oh. They took like milk caps, right?
Yeah.
And I don't even how do I explain this where it sounds like the game
they're like
was
the size of a silver dollar, and you slam them.
They are, but we're just gonna take the Wikipedia description because no matter what we say, this is gonna sound like we lived back in the 30s.
To me, it was like betting for kids that you couldn't get in trouble for.
That's true. That's true. It was straight up gambling for children.
It was straight allowed, and it was actually what would you say? Encouraged. Go play with your Pogs.
Go play with your Pogs. You're like, all right, Poggers.
Yeah, out of context, it doesn't sound right, by the way.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you're right. So these are milk caps. All right, it's a children's game on a flat circular cardboard milk cap. So they're just like pieces of cardboard. Players may stack these caps and take turns to drop a heavier slammer object onto it, causing the caps to be disrupted. Each player keeps any face-up caps and is to restack the face-down caps, repeating the process until none land face down. At which point, the player who collected the most caps wins the game. So
And
you
the
have to keep
pogs.
people's pogs. It's like playing cards, but the cards are for keeps.
Okay.
It was great. Many
Gilley's
friendships
not
ruined off
okay,
of that.
dude. Gilley is not
Okay.
okay. He's
It's
like,
just okay. So knowing the Twitch language, I know knowing that
Yeah.
his name Pogs, it's like okay.
yep. You're welcome.
It's not one of the other two pogs that you're probably thinking about.
No, it's milk carton pogs. Which that sounds. Nope, I'm good. I'm moving on. All right, Gilley, what are your games this week, dude?
I get off of work, and then it's like there's more work waiting for me. So
Yeah.
I don't necessarily play all that much. But I do play like Rocket League and Smite. I played a few games this week, other than our massive losing streak that we went on yesterday. I'm sure you're going to talk about that.
No, dude, it was such a fun time. I loved it. 58 deaths in 6 games, dude.
Great.
Hey, and I thought my games were bad today.
Yeah, nope.
Outside
So
of
bad.
that, I don't play any other games besides Rocket League anymore. Just because it's a fun, quick game. At
That's
least I
true.
think it's fun. Cooper thinks otherwise, but
Oh, it's horrid.
Dude, Rocket League. When I talk about Rocket League with people, it is one of those games that if you put down for even a week, you have lost
Everything.
so much mechanical
Everything.
skill because it's so hard to play.
You come back and you're like, wait, what's break?
But you watch people play it and you're like, hot damn, they are good. And it looks like it's easy to play. But it's not. It's not. It's so
No,
hard.
they just make it look easy.
it's easy to play up to a point.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And
I
I'm like,
remember watching tutorials and I was like, I can't even do what they're doing. And they're just saying, like, press A and tap it. This is lies.
It's a good game though. I do think it. I haven't played it in a long time, but like I understand why Cooper's like no, because like, I understand
like
that.
playing with people that don't know how to play like me. But as soon as I
Makes it
get
more
somebody
fun.
who knows how to play, it's like, nah, bro, this game, nah, I'm dropping it. I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to solo queue that. I solo queue Smite, and that's rough enough.
Oh, tell me about it.
oh god, that's something I never do anymore. It's
Ranked
Yeah.
Smite.
just
I've done
in
that
general.
this week too. Yeah.
So have I. It hurt.
So I refuse to ever solo queue ranked again, or solo queue Smite ever again.
See, I
I
say
told that to myself until I needed to
Yeah.
win 28 ranked games in 8 days, Gilley,
Oh,
and then I
yeah,
saw the
well.
light. Saw the light.
Hey, we got
So
our
no-
skins
no-
though. There's a
No
plus.
interesting Rocket League things happening.
And then I can
Anything
necessarily
cool?
talk.
Oh my god.
Nothing
Like
I can necessarily
backflips?
talk about.
Not for
Air
backflip.
goal
I got
shots.
you. I got you.
Oh yeah. I hit some aerial goals.
And 360 sniping the
If
goalie.
they're
point,
recorded,
you know?
it'd be a lot better. Actually, well, technically they are. They're saved in game.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 3 admins we like to get together every now and again and play a few games until Cooper gets mad,
Until I get mad.
or the old
Until
man. gets
everyone
mad.
gets mad. What?
I don't get mad at that game. I don't understand how y'all get mad.
I mean,
I get
Lindsay
mad
does
at
cause
Drew
anger.
bumping me all the time.
See, you do get mad at the game. Can't. you
Gilley's
can't
like, I'm
mad.
too good to be mad.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm not good by any means. It's just
Well, Cooper, how are your games this week? What have you been up to? What have you been playing?
Really, it's been the same thing as my
Doesn't
boy
this
Gilley
way.
here. Other than that, I play a lot of COD.
Okay, I'm about that
Oh,
life.
nice.
Yeah.
What
Are
game
you
modes?
playing? I was gonna say game modes. Or are you doing like BR or DMZ?
Game modes. I'm playing multiplayer.
Nice.
Like, I can't do Warzone. I did DMZ one time.
I heard it was good, but like I still have
So-
yet to try it.
I tried Warzone, and I
great.
could never touch that again and be okay.
Never.
you saw the colors.
I like DMZ, dude. DMZ is funny because trash talking people that just lost all their equipment just feels good.
Yes.
I like that.
And I played like 4 or 5 matches one night with one of our community members, Azamor, and we were just running it down. And then we end up in this fight because we were queuing as a duo, and we took out a trio, took out another part of a trio, and then there was a third trio. But this one guy was losing his mind in the open mic about how he lost his backpack and all of like his new weapon. He's like, "I just got this weapon. This is stupid." And I was like, "Maybe if you're better, bro. Maybe if you're better, you had the high ground." I was like, "You lost the high ground, Anakin. It's okay." But like, there's moments like that make that game so much fun. But like, I don't know. I love reading about Warzone bugs because they bring me joy to know that a AAA title like that has so many problems.
Oh my gosh, it's probably one of the worst ones right now.
You mean about how they can't even stop cheating? I'm sorry.
No,
that still
I'm
upsets
talking
me.
about how it was like 2 weeks ago. We talked about it on the podcast. If you got 10 kills in Warzone, it auto kicked you from the game and shadow banned you.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
I was like,
hey,
yo.
that's because that's their anti-cheat system. I just realized it. It came to me. They're thinking you got too many kills.
Too good,
you must be shooting through walls. That aimbot.
So Cooper, what's the preferred game mode, man?
Probably Hardpoint.
I respect.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I'm objective guy. 100%.
I've never been able to play like objective COD just because I usually don't have people to queue with on it.
Yeah.
But I like watching it. Like I think it's so interesting to watch. I think I just end up being frustrated because I'm not good.
It is fun to watch.
If you go in there cold, yeah, it's very frustrating. Like if you just aren't finding kills, it's very, very frustrating.
Yeah. But they changed a lot about COD with like how you do like the level up system for weapons, where like if you get an attachment on one weapon, you get it for all of them, right?
Oh, nice.
Yes, but the way that you do it is you have to level up one gun. If you're trying to get a certain attachment, you have to level up probably 3 guns to get that one attachment. But once you have that attachment, you have it for every gun.
That's not bad.
I don't know if I like that or not. Like I feel like that's good until you have to do it.
Yeah.
It's a little dull
I can see
at the
that.
beginning.
Yeah, I'd say at the beginning, I feel like that has to be rough because you're just like, please let me get an attachment for the love of everything.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I get this at level 5 of this gun, but I have to get this other gun to like level 13 or something, or I have to unlock this gun to get this attachment, so I have to use this gun.
Iron Sight Pro.
It's yeah.
That would destroy me because like I'm a definitely like I know my weapon loadout and I know me like going to different guns was like hit or miss. It's either like, oh, this is going okay, or oh my god, get me out. And there's no in between.
Yeah.
Me every search and destroy map. Get me out.
Get me out. I actually haven't played the multiplayer for the new COD. But that was because I refused to pay $70 for the base game. Like it upset me that it was $70.
Yeah.
And they're doing that. You know what makes me mad? They're doing that with Diablo, and these jokers know I'm going to pay that money, dude. They know I'm going to because I love Diablo, and it comes out around my birthday. I'm 100% giving them that money. I looked at it and I was like, I hate everything. The only thing I'm hoping for is with the Microsoft acquisition is that they're like, hey, it's going to be on Game Pass at launch. Like that would bring me great joy. Other than that, I'm going to be massively depressed when buying that game. But the good news is maybe I'll be on an anniversary vacation around then, so like I won't have to think about it. It'll just come out of the bank account and call it a day. maybe that's the key. My wife's like, why is there $100 charge to Blizzard like when we're on vacation? I'm like, I got no idea. That's crazy. I don't even know
Oh,
where we're going
crazy.
yet. I was gonna say we're in Greece or wherever. I don't know, but like whatever, dude.
I love how the $70 game turned into $100 because this fool's gonna buy the deluxe edition.
You know I'm going to. I know me. I know that I sat down and did a launch party at my house for Diablo 3 with my friends, and we all sat there and played the game together. I'm no fool. I remember playing Diablo 2 on my laptop at my dad's house on dial-up internet. Okay, like
Oh
look,
my
I
God.
like yeah. Okay, I know what I'm getting into. I know who they're targeting. Oh, anywho, Bats, what you been playing this week? Because I know you've been playing stuff.
I actually have been playing. We'll
I
get
thought
into
you were about to
the.
say haven't, and I was about to roast you so
We'll
hard.
get into
Another-
the shortest one so far, you know, because we're waiting on somebody. But like, Dying Light 2.
Who you
Since I
waiting
got it on
That's
sale,
crazy.
I was pretty sure I was told not to like continue.
No, you said that. You made an agreement that we were not to continue, and I haven't started yet. And I was like, oh, sick. Easiest agreement I've ever signed.
I did the tutorial and it slaps. It seems to be a really good game. Mechanics and everything seem nice, and it was definitely worth like the $25 that I paid. I won't go into spoilers or anything on that one, but it was fun. Recommend it.
That game
Yeah, it is.
It's a 4-man co-op.
Oh, I may have to download that and give that a shot with you because a certain someone gave that to me as a attempt for apology.
Oh, it's definitely fun. It's a really good game. So yeah, I would say it has a very long intro though, so you will be occupied for a while.
Okay.
But then again, I was
Bats
also
claims it's an hour, and I think he probably was playing Last Fortress during it. So
no, I was playing that while I was doing my research stuff.
oh, that's right.
Which yes, it probably took. I mean, okay, yeah, I played Last Fortress too, but not while I was playing Dying Light. All right. But I did play. I was gonna get into the Last Fortress now because that's like the second shortest. But played that. Got mollywopped by like 3 mega alliances. It was great. You know, wake up to my fortress being moved 6 times. Everything dead. All my resources gone. It was
That's weird.
Yeah, it totally sucked. I was
Have
mad.
you tried getting good? That's what advice I
mean-
usually get sometimes from people.
I mean, if I could, but that would mean my bank account would have to be a little bit bigger than what it is.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's
You're in?
definitely how you get good. And you know, it's like Diablo 4.
Hmm. I don't know. Now, if you're gonna say it was like Diablo Immortal, I've been like, oh, okay. Because that
Oh,
game's
is
a
that the one I'm
travesty.
thinking about? I
Yeah,
don't know.
that
I know there's one that is straight hard pay to play.
Yeah, that game, Immortal, is like a good game that's ruined by microtransactions. Is what that game is.
What, you guys
Yeah,
don't
that's
have
how-
phones?
That's how this
No.
game feels. But we'll get into the nitty gritty part now. Talking about Smite. So last time we talked, I was on I needed like 6 games for the Geb skin, right, y'all? Yeah, well, I got those 6 games, and I started right after the podcast, and it ended right up until the servers went down. It was like 6 hours. It took me for 4 games.
That is that's a tough time.
And I can't even blame console queues because it was PC. That's what
Oh.
makes it worse.
Unfortunate.
It was horrible. It was, and then so now I tried ranked this time because Suave talked me into it, and I should have known better. It always happens. So I start stream. I knew my sound was messed up before. Yep. Well, it screwed up on stream. It screwed up on Smite. I'm playing the game with no sound. Controls are all messed up, lagging. It was so much fun. I am like boycotting Smite for the rest of the night. That's how it feels. Games have not been good. And then, other than that, I played a little bit of For the King. which I will not be playing with Kenny for a while because he is selfish. It was upsetting. It's very upsetting.
God, dude.
Bro, this man bought himself a weapon when he could have bought 3 God's beards to heal all of us. And then we lose right after that. I was like, bro.
That sounds very unfortunate.
Oh, it definitely was. It definitely was. And then Kenny goes, I can't understand why you're always mad at me when we play for the king. As this man gets every item, gets every luck, dodges every ability. Other than that, that's been my games. My games have been like wait. I have played Raft and I have killed a bird.
I have also played Raft, and I was a goblin.
Yeah, but I killed a bird. The biggest. So it is now bird 2,751 me 1.
Yeah, that bird is atrocious, bro. Like it will attack you and just drop rocks on your head. There should be a mod where it drops iguanas. Give me that, dude. That would be sick.
Now I'm wearing its head as a trophy because this is how I'm gonna be from now on.
I was gonna ask if you put the trophy on as a.
You're dang right, I did. I didn't even get like all of it done yet. I got the hat and put it on, and I was like, "This is me."
That's funny.
But yeah, that was everything. On to you, Blaise.
Oh my god, bro. Smite Season 10 came out this week. And first of all, I do have to give a shout out to Dare Drops who have partnered with Smite and come up with a bunch of amazing dares to do. And it's going to stress me out that I have to get a Penta inserter for one of them, but the rest I think I can do. I'm convinced myself that I can reach the rest of them. That one's going to be the hard one. I've already been working on a cosplay thing for the one dare, and I've come up with either the new Raw skin or possibly Olympus Bolt's Thor, because I have a Lego Mjolnir I could build. But we'll see how that goes. I haven't decided yet. But
oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
The Smite queues have been something, dude. Like oh my god. New season comes out and people do dumb things. Also, I'm gonna say this now. ADC is the most awful role right now. And I don't know. I think it's because the way they changed items for ADC, there is not a clear build path that feels good no matter what you're trying to do as an ADC, whether it's like crit, attack speed, pin, just build power pin. Like it's like this weird, like what am I supposed to do? I don't know. It just feels really, really strange right now. But I think the fact that the most annoying thing I think I've seen is mages like Poseidon building prophetic cloak plus glad shield. And it makes me want to throw a monitor. I was playing Thanatos the other day, and I would drop down on Poseidon, and he would take like between hovering death, my scythe, and like my swipe. He would take maybe 25% of his health, and I was like, "There's no shot."
Oh, wait, Glad Shield's that good now, right?
Well, Glad Shield can be built on everybody. That's the thing.
I know.
You can build it on mages and everything. It's insane.
I think they'll
know.
fix that eventually and take it to where you can't do that anymore because it is a pain in the butt. You may not think it's like a problem until you're facing it, and then it's a problem.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, they took the power off, and yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
Well, that's like I was talking about. They changed the not lifesteal, the anti-heal items to give them extra passives.
Yeah.
And Toxic Blade is trash. Like
it is.
In theory,
it is.
Toxic Blade is what you want to buy as an ADC for anti-heal. It has the Ichaival passive, and you're like, oh man, this is sounding pretty good. Then you realize they nerfed the attack speed by 15% and the flat pin by 5, and it has no power. So that item as an ADC sucks. But if you're a warrior like Amaterasu, Osiris, Vamana, you love that item. You're like, this item slaps. So that's strange. Brawler's Beat Stick, that item sucks. So I don't know.
Yeah, for ADCs. But even on your standpoint too, like AA gods, Toxic Blade does not feel good right now.
On warriors it does. On warriors it's really really good.
No. I mean like assassins.
Oh yeah. I mean, like for assassins, you're just screwed. But assassins build crit now because that new crit item that was supposed to be like ADC oriented, turns out really good on assassins. Because you have to do a pickup, and carries don't want to walk out of their way to pick something up during the middle of a team fight. But assassins are like, ooh, shiny.
Oh, the boomerang. I actually haven't tried that out.
Well,
I do a lot of ooh shinies.
Yeah,
and miss fights.
So, it's a time. But as far as games this week, I haven't had anything like super duper crazy. I 1v5 stole Gold Fury as Charybdis, which was fun. But like, should we be surprised? I don't know. I had a really good Donza game where I built Arrow on Donza and I went 13, 7, and 17. I like hard farmed that game.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And then I was playing Cabrakan, I think it was, with Calamity was in the lobby. Yeah, we had Gactyl, me, Killjoy, Asmore, and Calamity was on Raw, and I was on Cabrakan. And I hit my stun, and like literally, like it couldn't have been more than a quarter of a second for me hitting my stun. The Raw Snipe comes through and just instant deletes the guy. And I'll go, oh, he's gone. Like
that's like the one where you were explaining what Raw does. You're like, Raw Snipe is.
Yeah, I was like, so I've been playing a lot with the Daredevils, and a lot of them have never played Smite. So we're doing like arena queues, or like I haven't got to play Conquest with many of them yet. But I got asked like, hey, can you break down every god in this game? And I was like, no problem, I got it. And I was like, Raw has a line ability, does damage, like he has an AoE heal, heals everybody, gives you power, and then he has like his, blind. But he also has this sick snipe, and like on cue, Bats fires a snipe and deletes a guy. And I was like that.
I couldn't have timed it better, and I wasn't even trying. That was the worst part.
Dude, it's crazy. I do have to say this. I've lost a lot of games this week. So many games.
I feel you.
But they've been fun. Like I've had a blast playing Season 10. I've just lost a lot of games. I think it's especially nice. And Gilley, you might have run across this. Like I've had games where I will be 2 or more levels up in carry, and it just doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter how far ahead I am. I don't feel useful. Yeah. Artemis feels good. Artemis with that new crit item actually does feel good, but Artemis also can put 4 traps down, has Tusky. So she can afford to go pick stuff up. I'm just throwing it out there. I did play ranked, and I got jungle. I pick Humbats. All right. I have a Kumba Karna solo. And I was like, this is not going to go well. There's no way it does. And then I have Rama, Bacchus in the duo lane, and I think I had a Merlin in the mid lane. I go to mid early, get a kill, go over to duo, get a kill, go over to solo. I help secure a kill, and I'm like 2-0-2, and my mid laner, or not my mid laner, sorry, my support Bacchus, who's diving mid lane towers in tier 1 and tier 2 and dying, goes, hey, jungle, be better. Like, you need to be better at your job, like gank. I'm like, bro, I'm like almost 3 levels up. I'm 2-0-2. Calm down. Then he dies to a tier 2 tower again. He's like, man, our jungle really sucks. And I'm like, this is wild. Like, maybe you suck. Anyways, I type in the chat. I was like, hey man, like I've ganked duo, got a kill, gank solo. I'm in ganking. I don't know really what you want. And the solo Kuba Karna goes, bro, this man is like doing work on this solo laner because he was against Amaterasu. Like, you need to shut up. And he said something one more time, and I just typed out, have a good game, man. I'm going to mute you for the both of us. And I just hit mute, and then the enemy team surrendered 2 minutes later. And I was like, come on, man. Couldn't make this guy upset a little bit longer? Like, come on now. I've been playing a lot of Surtur. That god is good. I don't think he's OP. I think the fact that he does magical damage is something people are going to have to get used to as a warrior. And I think people just have to get used to his kit. But overall, like, I don't know that he's like OP, like some people are trying to make him out to be. But
me,
yeah,
me.
He is good though. He is good. I just don't think he's like insane. I think in a 1v1 matchup, that god's really, really good. But when you start talking about team fight,
hashtag nerf Surtur trend.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I did help someone get. I've helped 2 people get pentas this week. One of them I was on Ganesh, and I was like, I don't have to worry. I can keep running at them, because even if I kill them, they get it as an assist. So that was fun. I've also stolen Fire Giant twice this week. One of them I was Apollo, and I killed Gold Fury and flew over and stole Fire Giant. And that game I popped off. That's probably my best game this week. I don't think I popped off stat-wise necessarily. Let me look real quick. But I was playing with Suave, Not My Cabbages, Gamerette, and Gufu-chan. And I made a rotation. I said, because Not My Cabbages was on the Atlas, and they're in this like 3v2 fight. And I was like, hey, can you keep them there? And he's like, yeah, I got it, man. And I was like, okay. And I just flew over and just killed the enemy team. That's the best ADCs felt all week to me. Was that game. And I went 8, 6, and 7. I also stole a Fire Giant with Hunbats. That felt pretty good. And then I attempted to steal Fire Giant as Dons and Burrow. And the keyword is attempted because I was on the rocket. And right as I'm colliding with Fire Giant dies. And I'm just in the middle of 5 people. And I was like, oh, this is kind of awkward. And I died.
I don't want to talk about Dunzabro. Dunzabro's trolled me so much that the game after that.
Yeah. Other than that, like I don't have too much else I've played. I played some Raft with bats and had a good time. I trolled a little bit and like Asimor's like, dude, Asimor's like, why isn't the boat moving? And I had pulled the anchor
6 times. Don't just act like it was once, and then you pulled it before you even left.
Yeah, I was like, all right, guys, see you guys later.
15 minutes in. we're literally like standing there, and Az goes, he dropped the anchor before he left. I was like, are you serious?
I had to make sure you guys didn't go anywhere, you know? I didn't want to leave you on your own. That's dangerous.
It was horrible. I'm like sitting there waiting to get this crate, and I was like, are we even moving?
Got him. That's all I have. Oh god,
15 minutes, dude, to figure out.
Yeah, dude, it makes me so happy.
I mean, if we're talking about it, the reason is because like I'm building the ship, I'm cooking the food, I'm organizing everything.
Hey, I was diving out to sea. You calm down.
Yeah, Blaise was trying to fight a shark. It sometimes worked, it sometimes didn't.
That shark's dumb. I think if you get the shark head, the shark shouldn't want to fight you anymore. I'm just saying. You've killed one of its brethren. It's like, I'm not going to mess with that guy.
That would be nice. That'd be like the same for the bird head. I would love that.
No, bird keeps doing it because birds are like that. You ever met a goose? Yeah. Point proven. Flying snakes. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I've also ate a goose. So, like.
I don't know. Okay. I'm moving on now.
What, you never had goose?
I've had duck.
Yeah, you can eat goose too. Oh, I forgot. You're probably not in Ohio where like
you can
like
eat goose too. Yeah, I know it's a bird, bro. Like,
no, you like okay. So here you pretty much eat them a little bit regular because they're kind of a nuisance. So like a lot of farms get nuisance tags for them. They're also like a protected bird too. It's really weird. I don't know how it works.
I don't know how to feel about that, but I'm going to move on to gaming news to quit thinking about geese. Gaming news wise, one of the co-creators of Rick and Morty, Justin Rowland, was actually let go. They said, yo, you're out of here for domestic abuse charges, and Adult Swim just like cut ties with him completely. It has been announced that the show will continue. I've never watched Rick and Morty, but I need to.
It's really good.
It's a pretty good show.
But go ahead.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I lost my train of thought when I said I. That's why I had to, like, it was long. That's why I was like, I
was gonna say, stay on the topic of shows. HBO's Last of Us, dude, it is so good. If you have played the game, it lives up to the game.
See, completely. But is it good enough to like actually get the HBO subscription?
No, I'd wait for this whole season to be out. But it's good, dude.
That's what I was wondering.
I feel that way about any subscription service. Like if you're subscribing for like one show, just wait for it to be done. But like it's good. Like there are moments that are filmed like a video game, and it's so cool. It's so good. My only complaint is apparently the co-creator has been left out of the credits and royalties for the show, and I don't know
why.
That's a little.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't support that. But the casting for it is. Like they have some of the people from the game in the show.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And then Pedro from Mandalorian and Narcos, and he's been in other stuff too. That dude is just so good. So good.
Mandalorian was pretty good.
Dude, Mandalorian is good. The new season comes out next month, and I'm hyped. I think it's next month. I don't know.
That's the only reason I had Disney.
Dude, the Star Wars shows are pretty good.
They are.
But on actual gaming news front, I found this out yesterday. The new Hitman game, Hitman World of Assassination, is going to have this mode called Freelance mode. And it's a persistent, infinitely replayable experience where they take the best of Hitman 1, 2, and 3 from like the main campaign, contract modes, escalations, all of it. And it's basically like a Tarkov type mode in the sense of like it's roguelike where you go in and you can get loot, and if you make it through the mission, you get to keep the loot that you escaped with. And I think that's really cool. I think that's an interesting like cool. replayability loop. Is it enough for me to go buy Hitman? I don't know, but I think it's a cool idea.
I'd have to see reviews first. Or
yeah, I'm kind of waiting for it to be out. I think it's coming out. I think it either already came out or it's coming out like really soon.
I was like, I swear it said like Hitman 3 on Steam. I know. I was going to talk about it.
Apparently it's good. I haven't played it yet.
I've heard the way that they remastered it is like ridiculously insane, and it is a great buy, but like I can't see myself paying $60 for it.
Yeah, I'll wait, but like I'm excited to play that at some point.
Because honestly, I've played it so much, like I know everything about it. So like for me, spending $60, I'm like,
Yeah, that's me with Final Fantasy VII Remake, but that game slaps. That game actually has lots of changes to it. But other like news things is kind of the reason we have Cooper and Gilley here, and that's to talk about Asgard Okami. And now there's silence, and I'm concerned.
So yeah, I mean, if the name sounds familiar, it's because it's true. It's the same old same place. Other than new management, the way this kind of initially came about is after the fall of the first iteration of AoE. I went to help my brother help with his, because he just so happened to pop into my YouTube stream one day and say, "Hey, dude, I've got an org too." I was like, "Oh, okay." And so I started helping him, and it kind of went from there. We got going, and then we kind of got talking about future things. And with the org at that time was named Mystic Esports, so we were kind of talking about brand recognition and trying to give him my thoughts about it. And it's, hey, we may need to rebrand. And we were on the way to actually the Halo Orlando LAN a few months ago. Say, hey, what do you think about rebranding to Asgard Okami? I have all we need for it.
So you have all the assets and everything, so that works out really well.
And we sat there and talked about it for a minute. Eventually thought it would be a good idea. And then a few weeks later, after we kind of got some stuff ready, it was reborn. And ever since, we've kind of taken this in stride. We, in terms of games that we are in currently, is right now we're in Smite, we're in AGL. If you guys seen the name there, we are in.
And you should have, because I was gonna say I've casted them. You should have seen them.
You should have.
Should have. There's a banger final set that I can go find for y'all. That you should go. Yes. I don't have the whole set. I just have game 5 because Gilley's like, "Yo, bro, can you go recast this game 5?" And I was like, "Yeah, no problem, bro.
That's all you need."
Bro,
yeah.
Game 5 was fantastic, and it was originally understated how like that insane ending was.
Dude, it's so good. It's that set.
It came out of nowhere.
Dude, it was so good. It was so good. I was mad that I didn't get asked to cast it. Like the whole set. Like that's what I was mad about. Like in the sense of like AGL being like, "Yo," like I asked Majin afterwards. I said, "What the hell, Bram?" And he goes, oh well, like we had people at EU casting, and they at 5 games they're just really tired. It's late it's like early morning for them. I was like, yeah, bro, I get that. Like, you could have just DM'd me. I would have hopped in there. I would have done the whole thing
with my eyes closed.
Oh,
Single hand.
dude, that's such a good set. Like that, I have it clipped. Like me and Kill, I've watched that back, and like, I think that's one of the first times I've got to chair one with somebody, because usually I solo cast so much. But like, holy dude, like that's probably my best casting I've done. Like it was. I felt like it was on point. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. That brought back a little bit of a memory there. We're also in Rocket League, in a league called the Premier Championship League in the Masters Division. We are, after this split, the winner split, more than likely going to have to be pushed up to the Legendary or Legends Cup, which is Grand Champ 2 to Supersonic Legend, which is the highest rank of the game. The guys also have recently participated in the RLCS qualifier, open qualifier for the spring split. Unfortunately, did lose out first 2 sets, but it was a good learning experience. But we're looking forward into that. We have COD. It's more of a Cooper strong suit, if he wants to talk about it a little bit more.
Well, yeah, we do have a COD team. We are participating in a league called the Engage Gaming League. It's ran by the Engage Gaming organization. Right now we're doing pretty good, which is surprising to me. Like, I do have faith in these guys, which is, but it's surprising because last year in Vanguard we didn't do so good, but we've turned it around.
I was gonna say, is like this, does the switch in game, like, have you seen like a drastic change like in their playability? Because like there is a different style of play between Vanguard and Modern Warfare.
Yes, Vanguard's more of a fast-paced game with the slide canceling and all of the advanced movements. This MW2 slows down, goes back to the fundamentals and how most of the older CODs were, which I think's really good, in my opinion. Because
I would say from what I've seen, it looks good. I didn't watch a lot of Vanguard because I just wasn't as interested, but like the clips I see you guys post, or like other clips I see people post from COD, like this COD, just looks better.
Yeah, it's a lot better than Vanguard.
Yeah.
But we're also from time to time we also compete in the COD Challenger scene, which is the step down from the pro ranks, which with that you have to play in those things 24/7. We don't do that, so we kind of get matched up against top teams very early in the tournament weekends, and we unfortunately lose out of most of those. But it gives us the good experience, which I like, because it's not every day you get to go up against pros or former pros.
Right.
So it really does gives us that experience, and kind of gives us a point of where we want to get to in order to move forward in those tournaments and potentially go pro.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's a better mentality than I have.
I was gonna say, that's what's nice there is like, so I don't know how it works at Call of Duty, but I was working with some people from a league. They were looking at trying to start an Overwatch league, and to run an Overwatch league for the amateur scene, like it's almost impossible, because you can't offer, like, they won't offer you any help pricing wise.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking
and you
about
have
this.
like, you have certain name restrictions, not only for your league, but like just for like qualifiers and stuff as well. It's like super restrictive. So it's cool to see that like with Call of Duty, you're able to have those amateur leagues like the Engage League, and then they have a step down from their pro scene that you can be able to participate in. Where I don't know if that's so much an option for people that play Overwatch. Like Overwatch seems like it's a lot more restricted, and I'm not sure why. Besides that, it's Blizzard oriented, maybe a little bit more so than just Activision's big title. So that part's nice.
Well, I mean, even with Smite, I mean, this hasn't like Smite's still fairly new to like the community leagues and stuff like that. 'Cause this
That is true.
I mean, it's been what 3-4 years maybe.
Yeah, well, and we
it's
took
really
the
become big.
I was gonna say I don't think people realize that like Smite community leagues took a big hit last year.
hmm
So the reason I could talk about this, I don't think there's any repercussions. We had an issue where like Gilley, you probably noticed it with like your guys' team, like where casting just didn't happen as often.
Yeah.
And the reason is Hi-Rez told us, hey, you're not allowed to be participating in production, casting, or just running the camera and playing the league. You cannot be a moderator in Discord and play in the league. And I'm not talking just about Albion Giants League. This was like all the leagues.
All
in the year,
leagues.
or all leagues. And it put like this huge like stranglehold on the casting part, because like
You want to play?
that's like well, yeah, you want to play, but that's also kind of like the lifeblood of your league, because people want to go watch other people play that they play against or with. They want to see their games played. They want to see people cast them.
hmm
And that was a huge fumble. We've made a lot of strides on that front. A lot of people like that. That's why I always offer like my cast, and I'll go find a caster to work with me if I can, because I'm not attached to a league for casting. I can just go freelance cast on my own, and I can go play in any league I want as long as I'm not a part of the
Named in the league,
casting
pretty
career.
much.
Yeah. So that's why I started freelance casting. Also because I was already like coaching anyway and doing like coaching commentary. So it just kind of slowly but surely flowed in that direction. But like that was a huge hit for the Smite community as far as our community leagues. But
Yeah,
I do
didn't realize
think
it will change.
I agree that like with Smite, you have so many more league options now. And there's a lot that people don't even know about. Like Reap. Reap is a draft league. Like you're like, hey, I want to play ADC. And teams get drafted, you play with 4 other random people, which I think is a cool concept. It also could be absolutely terrible depending on who you get matched up with, because you might get somebody that just literally doesn't not only fit your play style, but your mentality of how you play the game. So
it's like solo queuing in Smite. How about that?
yeah, I mean, yeah, but like it gives you like
I'm a
like
pro
for people
at that. Maybe I should try this.
For people that want an introduction into comp, it's an interesting way for them to get there, where you don't have to just know 4 other people to play with, or 5 people if you want to have a coach.
Yeah, I mean, and even in my experience of playing, and I've played in a few different leagues personally, it's wildly different on the people who are setting it up.
Yep. And I mean, 100%. You also have some leagues like I cast the league, dude. I didn't know this. No one told me when I was casting it. They just do 2 games. Even if it's a 1-1 split, there's no game 3.
Dude, that's crazy.
So like, you have different rule settings as well. It's a drastic change. Now I do want to give a shout out to
that.
It's a point system at the end of the season.
Oh.
I will give a shout out to AGL because they've partnered with NECC, or is it NEEC? I don't remember which, but the collegiate scene. They finally got a full partnership with them, and
nice.
Collegiate Smite's going on. We were supposed to cast a collegiate game, me and TIH, but the game was not competitive at all, so we didn't cast it, is what I was told. But shout outs to TIH, Spooky Mars, Frog, Killjoy, all community casters. They got to play they got to cast the Salt tournament this weekend. Judas Priestley was in there too. People I did the So You Think You Can Cast with. It was ran by Kaizo. They got to do it in studio with the casters for the Pro League, and I think that's sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So after COD, so you guys have Smite, COD, Rocket League. Are you guys in anything else? Are you guys looking? Is there anything coming up that you guys are looking to possibly get into?
So we were in Halo for a little bit. Due to kind of some unfortunate circumstances and limited resources, we decided to cut ties with our Halo team.
Gotcha.
And we are trying to put more focus into the teams that we have currently and more branching out media wise. With YouTube and Twitter content and branching into TikTok. We've got like 1 or 2 videos up on TikTok, but that we're trying to focus on quality more than quantity at this point in time.
Dude, TikTok is such a like I'm behind on TikToks right now. I was supposed to have a TikTok released like last week. But TikTok's such a good way to get stuff out there because the algorithm just plays to your favor. It's just insane. But I think that's great though. Like I really like focusing on a few teams and then not going too ham because the last thing you want to do is like spread yourself too thin.
Yeah, I was using my past experiences, as actually both of you know very well. Spread entirely too thin with too few people actually doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think back then when we had like what 2 league teams, a Smite team. Who knows? Dude, it was so much.
So we had 2 like community leagues teams, an SOC team, 3 League of Legends teams, working on Overwatch team.
It was a lot. I remember that.
It was entirely too much, and entirely too many non-meshing personalities.
Yeah. No, that is
Like,
a fact.
I only heard the stories, and it made me
I can hard agree with that comment. Because me and you had talked outside of things a good bit about that.
Yeah, and this is why I feel like the setup that we have now is a lot better in terms of growing like a community now.
Yes.
Even though right now I'm currently rebuilding our community Discord because one of our unfortunately the bot attack that I warned you about the other day affected one of our people.
Oh my god!
That account happens. That account happens to own the community server, so I'm in the process of rebuilding it.
Wait, is there something I need to watch out for?
All right.
Yeah, it's in the general chat. We had a bot hit here one day where someone got hit by a bot and they posted the link and I was at work and I was like, and I got like 20 notifications at one time and I was like, haha, funnies. And I insta kicked that person, deleted all the links and DM them. And then I put out a thing on Discord. I don't know how I beat the mods to it that were on from my phone, but I was schmoving through channels, bro. Like, cause it's so scary. Cause like it's so quick. It's so quick. I was going to say, if you guys aren't following Asgard Okami on Twitter, I'll make sure to post a link. The tweets are banger tweets. I was telling Gilley and CXXPER beforehand, like, I was scrolling Twitter the other day, and I'm scrolling, the next thing I know, I see the Asgard Okami symbol. I was like, oh, what's going on here? And then there's this a pin needle and a duck, and I was a deflated duck, and I just started laughing out loud.
We're just getting started with those two.
It's so good.
It's really funny. Good, we'll be watching the guys' streams. After they get done with their matches, and I just kind of sit there and wait for their reaction.
Oh my god!
The first time that I did it, the guys thought Cooper did it.
Yeah, I just know there was the SpongeBob one.
Yep.
Oh, that one's good. That one's good. I make my students mad with SpongeBob. They're all like SpongeBob fanatics, and every once in a while in class, I'm like, "So, hey there, Gary. You guys seen Gary around anywhere? You guys, And they're like, "Wait, what?" And I just like, I don't know, man. That's crazy. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. But no, I mean, this good stuff. I mean, do you guys have anything else you want to announce about the org or talk about how any of the teams are specifically doing? I don't know. I mean, Smite's not going on right now. Are you guys participating in the next AGL season? Or are you guys looking at a different league?
Yes, we are. We are going to go to AGL for the time being. We're just looking for a permanent support because Matt is temporarily filling in until we find somebody.
I got you.
The guys are hard to work at that. I don't know if I should announce Like, when is this going up? Is the question.
This will release. I mean, I can hold it till Tuesday, but I was gonna release it tomorrow.
No, it's fine. We actually have our first paid person with the org.
Right.
Let's go.
Going to be taking over graphics, graphic design, and video editing.
Ooh.
So yeah,
That's hype, man.
yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, that's huge.
As someone that does my own editing, I feel that. There are times I'm like, yep, I'm just not doing that. I do a lot of I try to see, can I do a video in one cut? And if I can, I feel super good about it. Or it's a fun time like what happened last week where I'm in the middle of recording the patch notes breakdown and my mic just decides to stop activating. I didn't catch it till 15 minutes in. Or
I watched a video of editing and that's about as far as I got. And I didn't even get through the whole video.
I was gonna say, I was recording one night and my wife just walks in and starts talking to me and she's like, "What you doing?" I was like, "Recording a video." "Not anymore. Not anymore." I'm like, I don't even remember where I was at. It's done.
Come on, that should be in bloopers.
Oh my god, dude. I'm already concerned charity wise. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm concerned about more pies to the face. That's all I have to say. Yeah, I'll get there in a minute. It's coming. Don't worry. There's plenty of clips of that. Well, if we're done there, I'm gonna do names of the week real quick. Bats, do you want to do names of the week, or you want me to do them?
You can do them unless there's one that you don't want to say, and then I'll have to
there's one that I left for you. I posted it. It's on 125:23. You can look at that. Okay,
let me look.
First and foremost, how dare you, Embright, say I didn't read buffs for teammates, give Cap a crit, and S9 is so good on the last episode? Because I did, and I'm glad you had to go back and listen. And if you didn't, whatever. There's also Straight Fappin, along with Zooted Vibes. I don't know how I feel about that. There's
You'll
also
say
math,
that one, I have to say this one.
No, I'm saying it. There was Math 5613. There's also someone that cleverly named themselves Rectum Filler 69. And I forgot to report the name after the game, but there is no shot that name has not been reported. This is taken ages.
I like that one.
I read that one the other day and I was like, I don't get why that's funny. And I guess I must, because I was in the middle of doing something when I saw it, and that one's good. There was Thick Stepmom with 2 C's, and they played Aphrodite. I mean, really, what a gamer. The Wet Soviet Bear, Weed Brain 69420, the Pikachu Master. Then we ran into Gary Smokes Oak, who is from AGL. I believe they're in the Masters division because there's 4 of them on a team together, and we were against them in our 4-stack, and we got ran at hard. Darth Calder, Waifu, Lifu, Hades Gonna Hate, I'm Fitting a Nut, Who Got Exploded, God of Garbage, Chef Loki Fox TTV, Catmaster Iwu, and Oreo God 96. And then there's Turd Burglar, You're 12. Why? Sometimes I think about names of the week and I think, how did we get here?
We should have captured some of our names, the Rocket League sessions.
Yeah. Dude, anytime. Just send them my way. Send them my way.
I got you.
I did post today about guest questions for Gilley. But Cooper, feel free to answer as well.
I looked through them earlier and I was like,
yeah.
Oh.
My favorite is Unit and Measure coming in going, who? That's the question.
Yeah.
I was like, that's BM.
Right.
Kenny asked, when's the next time White Girl Wasted?
Oh God. Oh God, no. Just no. Mainly because I just don't stream anymore.
Oh God. Fro says, how you been doing?
Living, I guess. Struggling. Trying to buy eggs.
Dude, eggs are so expensive.
So expensive.
They are.
Dude, okay, I went to the grocery store today. I felt so accomplished. I got everything for dinners this week and stuff. And I thought to myself, I should get stuff for chicken Alfredo, and I didn't. Okay, and this is where my brain knows too much about me. And I get home, I go to this birthday party, and right before I go to this birthday party, my wife texts me. She goes, "Man, chicken Alfredo would be great, so that way we'd have leftovers tomorrow since you're not going to be home." And I was like, "I hate everything, dude." Like, so I had to go back by the grocery store so I could get stuff for chicken Alfredo. I every time I get one of those feelings and I don't listen to it, that's what happens. I'm talking like bad things too. I'll get these feelings. I'm like, no, it's fine. And then it happens. I'm like, yeah, that's what I get. That's what I get. Fro also asked, are you going to the next SWC?
Depends if it's in Dallas or not. If it's in Dallas, it's a iffy. Atlanta, almost definitely.
Yeah, if it was in Atlanta this year, I would have went.
I know, and it would have been so crazy and so much fun.
Yeah. Instead, I was at home going to birthday parties because that's my life.
I was at home working. That was horrible.
You all laughed, but I mean, I went to a birthday party. And then I had a week. Last week was off. And then yesterday I was supposed to go to a birthday party. I said, I'm not going to a birthday party with 3-year-olds in paint. I'm not doing it.
Oh my God.
Every time I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, at a birthday party. I'm like,
no
how?
Joke. Guess where I was at today? Birthday party. Guess where I'm going to next week? Birthday party. Guess where I'm going to the week after that? Birthday party. I looked at my wife. I said, they're trying to break the bank, dog, and it's not my kids. Okay. Asmore comes in and says Among Us, and you don't have to respond to that. That's just him and Aereo. That's just him and Aereo being trolls.
Okay.
I can't. I had to have a talk with them because whenever I rated out for stream, they would just say Among Us and say Blaise silly baka or silly.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And then one of them said that it was Aereo. Actually, I'm not even going to try to fabricate one of them. It was Aereo who said Blaise just makes up his wife and kids and lies to us. And I was like, I'm done. I'm done. Vio comes in with what games are you really into right now, and what games are you really looking forward to this year or coming out eventually?
Well, obviously right now I'm Rocket League. I do like on COD and stuff like that every now and again, play a few games of Smite every so often. I guess the next game that I've been waiting for is Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, dude, I was.
Yes, let's go.
That and there's another game that's unfortunately got pushed back recently that some of our guys were talking about called what was it, that zombie game, Adam?
The MMO, the one that's coming out.
I think it's the day before.
Yeah, the day before.
It's an MMO.
The day before. That looks good.
Oh, they finally postponed it?
Yeah, they pushed it back to November.
Thank God. Because here's the deal. I don't believe that game's real.
Really?
They have not there's been no testing on it from what I've heard. As far as I've seen major content creators talk about they've never even been asked anything about to come test that game. And it seems like if you're going to release an MMO that was supposed to come out, I believe in March,
yeah,
you would have done it some type of alpha beta test. But that game does look sick. If it's real, oh my God, dude. I hope it's real. Because it looks good.
It really does.
And then to answer, there was a question from last week that got posted after I posted the episode. It says, thoughts on ranked and keyboard, mouse, and controller crossplay, basically crossplay ranked for Smite. I've talked about it. I think it's good for the health of the game. I think right now, an average controller player is going to have an averagely bad time. Because I talked about this on Bot G today, but the meta for console play is not the same as keyboard and mouse. So you have you have controller console or conquest players that play ADC and they first buy med. That's their first relic. So they're going to learn fast. It's B's Aegis. You know what I mean? So I think that's a problem. Obviously high end controller players, it's not going to affect them at all. But I do think the average and below average are going to have a really rough time. I don't have any other random questions, I don't think, because I've asked them throughout this show. Bats, do you have any questions to ask?
We can ask this one because I want to change my answer to a long time ago. Not because I don't think I can do it, but because.
Oh my God, are you asking? Okay, go ahead. I already know what's coming.
So, if you could beat up an animal, what animal do you think it would be? Like, and what you'd be able to take on?
He wants to know what's the largest animal either of you could fight and beat.
Adam, I'll let you get that first.
Okay,
Oops, sorry.
what?
Go ahead.
Serious?
Bats wants to know what is the largest animal. Like, what's the largest animal you think you could take in a fight? And it knows the conditions.
Yeah. Like you placed in a ring.
Well,
no
of course.
rules.
Well, of course, it can't be anything bigger than me. Like, dude. I have no clue.
This man's just like, what?
I can tell you the worst answer I've heard is a wolf.
Okay, are we serious?
Yeah. What's the?
At least it wasn't mine. Let's
I was
go.
like, wait a minute.
I thought he was gonna say mine, but I was like, look, in all honesty, I think
Wasn't
I
yours
have
a
a fair
deer?
chance. No, mine was a bear.
Oh, that's right. No, you're
Oh, no,
done.
You don't want to fight
No.
bears.
No, that I was
No,
that was going
no.
through my head.
Listen. I've already said like bears have nuts. You can kick them in the nuts and they will fall over like any other human being, and then you just pummel it. But I'm changing my answer because in case it doesn't work, I change it to a shark.
I'm done with you. Don't that. What kind of shark, Bats?
I like
Just a
the bear
regular
more
one.
now.
I'm not talking about like great whites, something that's like huge. I'm talking about like one that's probably 6 foot long, same size as me a little bit. Could weigh like 400 pounds, maybe a little bit longer.
So you're cool with you lose an arm during the fight, is what you're saying?
Bruh, no, I'm gonna punch it in the nose or like turn that. Like I'm gonna turn him. I'm gonna turn him upside down.
Okay. Sure. All right. Yep.
You got
all right.
skills.
So we're fighting in a fish tank, is what I'm hearing.
You can fight in whatever environment you please.
Yeah, any environment.
Yeah, I honestly have no clue.
Mine's an emperor penguin.
I still think you'd get rocked.
They're relatively large, but I feel like I could beat it. Someone said a kangaroo. That's also incorrect.
Bro, someone said a flamingo, and I was like, bro, I don't think you realize how nasty those birds are.
Well, mine is unlike the people of Australia. I think I can take an emu.
An emu?
All right.
I don't know. Have you heard of Kevin Hart? The way that he talks about an emu?
He's also a quarter of my size.
Yeah, that is true. But still, he said that thing looked mean as crap.
They have resting mad face. Okay.
I love that. Yeah, I was over here. He was staring at me. Not even paying attention to the road. Running forward. 30 miles an hour.
I had a student ask me last week if you could ride any miniature animal into battle, what would it be?
Oh, dude, that's a good question.
And I said, that's a great question. Hippo. That's exactly my response. That's how I answered it. Hippos are fast, man.
Mine
in
would be a
water
giraffe.
and on land. You take a miniature giraffe, that'd be kind
Oh,
of
heck yeah. I know, right? I wouldn't even ride it in a battle. I'd just be like, this is mine now.
Yeah.
like,
I own
like
this.
battle? Puh. Yeah, right.
We're going home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going home. We're going to
This
have
is my friend.
games.
His name's Bob. Don't question it.
Okay, story time, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Bro, just think of how like BA you would be having a miniature giraffe.
I mean, that'd be pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
I want a full size one.
I mean, that'd be all right, but you gotta have money. Like, think of how much they eat.
That's true.
I mean, it's expensive just to have a large dog.
also true. Why? And that's why I don't have one.
I was like, I don't even have a large dog, and it's getting expensive. Dog food has like gone up like twice already, and not just like a little significant 50 cents or something like that. It's been like $4. Dude, for a 50-pound bag, actually, I don't even think it's 50. It might be 50. Like for a 50-pound bag, it's like 60 some bucks plus tax.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a time. Well, I guess on the way out of here, do y'all have any shout outs you want to do?
I actually have a shout out this time. Legit shout out. Not just making one up. Shout out to Real Witching Hours, because I may have forgotten to stream on Friday because I forgot it was Friday, so we'll do a shout out instead.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So I had 2 days off. It screwed up my whole algorithm, everything. Kenny messaged me at like midnight and was like, "Yo, don't you have to stream?" And I was like, "No, because I got to go to work tomorrow at 6 a.m."
I can't wait to I'm gonna if I remember, I'm gonna send you a lovely picture for Friday. I just need to remember it. Gotta do some editing.
Your Friday or my Friday?
Your Friday.
Wait, was it of me? I don't. If it's of me, I don't want to see it. I don't remember what I did Friday necessarily.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Gilley and CXXPER, you guys got any shots you want to do?
Shout out to the players that we have right now. They've been nothing but supportive and the things that we're trying to do for them. Unfortunately, our current guys, fortunately, our current guys are going to a land that we just personally won't be able to go just because of monetary reasons. But they're getting to go. Super excited for them to be able to meet up physically for all the first time.
That'll be awesome.
And be able to kind of play together.
CXXPER, you got any shout outs you want to do?
I'm just gonna shout out the same people because we wouldn't be where we are without those people, and for them to stick with us after everything, and for us not being so well known or having all the money, for them to still stick with us, it means a whole lot more than they think. So shout out to everyone in Asgard Okami for everything.
Some of them have been with us for over a year now.
Yeah, some of them are
Um,
grasping that year mark.
Big shout out then. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my shout outs are the usual. Shout outs to Ash Basham for Simply for Senpai podcast. They've been killing it over there. Always like to shout them out for all the work that they do. Shout outs to Dare Drops. This partnership with Smite has been awesome, and just getting to work with all the other Daredevils and do some collaboration has been good. And getting to work with Batig, our rep for them, has been awesome as well. And then I want to go ahead and start shouting out the charity event that's coming up in a few weeks. The Rising Dawn charity event. It'll be the second annual one, as it's the one I ran last year. Working on getting content creators for that put together. I've reached out to a few. I've already had some responses on yes and no. I'm going to be reaching out to some more, but our goal is to raise money for mental health awareness and Guardians mental health in general. Trying to get those mental health kits sent out to people. You can also go on their site and get the PDF version of them, or you can go on your phone and download the Guardians mental health app and do all that fun stuff over there. And Guardians mental health has some stuff on the way too. I have like a really awesome training we get to do soon that I'm excited about that deals with like nutrition and gaming, and it's like through like sports medicine and stuff that I'm excited about. But like we have some other stuff that was suggested that we're working on, and I'm excited. So keep an eye out for that. But I guess we should get on out of here. So
yeah,
bye.
And if Blaise is excited, it's big news. It's big stuff. It's big.
It's true. Actually, I do have another shout out. I have a sponsored stream this week for a game called Golfy. It's a miniature golf roguelike deck building game. It's going to be a fun time. But we'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Later, yo.
You.